The Miller family, John, his wife Clara, and their teenage daughter Emma, moves into an old farmhouse in the countryside. It's a fresh start after John lost his job in the city. The house, though cheap, has charm, creaking wooden floors, vintage fixtures, and wide-open fields. As they unpack, Emma notices an old mirror left behind in the hallway. When she peers into it, her reflection lingers a moment too long. She brushes it off, blaming her imagination. That night, Clara hears faint whispers as she lies in bed. She nudges John awake, but the whispers stop. Meanwhile, Emma hears soft tapping at her bedroom window. When she looks, she sees nothing but a dense fog rolling across the fields. Downstairs, a rocking chair moves on its own. Over the next few days, the family notices strange things, doors opening by themselves, objects disappearing, and shadows darting across the corners of their vision. Emma explores the attic and finds an old journal belonging to the house's previous owner, a man named Elias Cray. The entries become increasingly erratic, describing how the house feeds on fear and grows stronger with every victim it claims. His final entry reads, "The house is alive. It won't let me leave." That night, the whispers return, louder and more distinct. Clara hears her mother's voice calling her name, though her mother passed away years ago. Emma wakes up to find claw marks gouged into her bedroom wall, spelling the word stay. John tries to leave for the hardware store to buy a lock for Emma's room, but when he drives down the road, it loops back to the house. No matter how far he drives, he always ends up back at the front gate. Desperate, the family decides to stick together in the living room, but the house won't have it. The furniture begins to shift, blocking the exits. The windows slam shut, and the walls seem to pulse like a heartbeat. The Millers realize they need to confront whatever force is haunting them. Emma suggests destroying the mirror she found, believing it to be a conduit. John grabs a sledgehammer from the shed and swings it at the mirror. Instead of shattering, the mirror absorbs the blow and reflects a horrifying image. The family trapped in the house forever, screaming as the walls close in. A voice echoes from the mirror, "You cannot escape. You are mine now." As panic sets in, the journal in Emma's pocket begins to heat up. She opens it, and new words appear. Fear feeds it, but defiance weakens it. Do not give it what it wants. Clara, trembling, takes a deep breath and begins to shout at the house. "You can't have us. We aren't afraid of you." Emma and John join her, their voices growing louder as the walls tremble and the house groans in anger. The whispers turn into deafening screams, and the house begins to crack and crumble. The mirror shatters, releasing a dark, shadowy figure that evaporates into the air. By morning, the house is in ruins, reduced to rubble. The family stands outside, shaken but alive. They don't look back as they get into their car and drive away. As they leave, a new family arrives, pulling into the driveway. The house, repaired and pristine, stands waiting, its windows glinting like eyes. The camera lingers on the doorway as it creaks open, beckoning its next victims.